And speaking of Tank, a fight that could be on the horizons for him that could help build on that is the winner of this fight coming up May 20th, Devin Haney versus Vasyl Lomachenko. We discussed it on previous podcasts, how we feel about the fight, but as it draws near, um, I don't know, man. Like, we talked about how this fight is going to sell. I'm not feeling as confident as I did before, but hopefully the fight does well. I mean, look, we get into a lot of talk about pay-per-view buys. That's kind of the thing that you talk about with boxing because it kind of gauges the popularity of each boxer and the likelihood of another fight with another boxer that you like. That's kind of how it works. I hope all these fighters do well because I want the sport to be popular. I want all these fights to do well. But man, like you have to sell these fights, man. Like you have to really promote these fights, so we can get bigger super fights, if you will, down the road. But look, Devin Haney, Vasyl Lomachenko. We've made our predictions. I am picking Devin Haney. B, you're picking Lomachenko in a close decision, right?
So I keep going back and forth, but I think where I'm settling is Devin Haney wins the fight and loses a split decision.
Okay. And Mikey, you're picking Haney?
Yeah, I'm going with Haney. I just think Haney's the bigger guy. I think he'll do what he has to do to win the fight.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, we don't need to rehash that. We're gonna, that fight is coming up soon. I'm not sure who's gonna be on the undercard. Usually, I'll say this about top rank cards, man. They have some good undercards because they have a lot of good young prospects.
Mm-hmm.
So if they roll out their regular lineup, it'll be pretty entertaining. I'll give Top Rank that. I'm not a Bob Arum fan, but they have a lot of good young fighters in their stable, so they can put together a good pay-per-view card. So if you're wondering whether or not you should get it, I would recommend getting that fight. It would be entertaining.
Is it pay-per-view? Because I know they fight on ESPN. They selling it as a pay-per-view?
I thought it was pay-per-view. ESPN Plus does pay-per-view still.
Yeah. I know they did the.
So, yeah, this is one I would recommend getting. I think it'll be an entertaining fight. Two excellent fighters. I'm higher on Devin Haney than Lomachenko at this point, but this will really I think it's gonna determine a lot of things moving forward. Who does what? If Devin Haney loses, where does he go from there? Is it immediate rematch, or I don't see him fighting Tank if he loses to Lomachenko, right? I'm not sure if he fights Shakur Stevenson. Where does he go from there? It has to be rematch, right?
Yeah, I would think it would be. I mean, I'm assuming he has a rematch clause if he loses the fight. I assume that's where they would go, unless it's just a complete wash. But to answer the undercard question, Andrew Maloney against Junto Nakatani, who's undefeated, 24-0 with 18 knockouts. And then also Nico Ali Walsh.
The grandson of Muhammad Ali, ladies and gentlemen. You are in for a treat. They are trying hard to hype this man up. He hasn't looked bad. I'll give him that. He hasn't looked bad. I don't see superstar yet, but he's still young, and we'll see how they develop this man. But yes, they want you to know so bad that he is the grandson of Muhammad Ali. They will let you know every time he appears on your screen. Okay, Nico Ali Walsh, the grandson of Muhammad Ali.
Multiple other fights. I think that the Ali Walsh fight, I think, is actually going to be before the pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
Oscar Valdez versus Adam Lopez looks like the co-main.
Okay.
I think that's about it. But there are several other fights prior to the pay-per-view.
All right. So
yeah, and the ladies are fighting that night too.
Yes.
Who's fighting tonight?
Katie Taylor and
Chantel
Cameron.
Oh, okay.
They fight on the same night. So Shout out to the ladies. The ladies been
And
putting on.
Cecilia Brækhus against Terry Harper is on that card as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, we'll cover that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Katie Taylor. So if Katie Taylor wins this, is that a rematch with Amanda Serrano coming up?
I mean, I would think so. Right? Like that's what they were trying to do here, and then I forget who. I guess I don't know if he got hurt or sick or whatever, but they had this swap out the opponent. So my assumption would be Katie Taylor wins, then they'll make that Serrano rematch.
Yeah.
Dope. I love it. The women don't play.
So,
They make it happen.
mm-hmm.
I love it, man.